when my brother and I were kids, we were always at odds. We'd argue whose fault the problem was. We'd argue about what game we were going to play. We'd also argue why the sky was blue. I would know though, because I watched Bill Nye the Science Guy. However, now that I'm older, I see who really suffered through all these senseless arguments. My grandmother. Having sat through all our belligerent conversations, she would take our hands and raise them high while we were kneeling until we had a slight sense of what Atlas felt like. My grandmother was and still is a tough but loving role model in my life. Born in this countryside of the 20th century Korea, she has seen her share of life. Through living without running water or air conditioning to living through the Korean War. Upon marrying my grandfather and raising 3 children, they moved to Seoul for a small amount of time until finally immigrating to the U.S. for my grandfather's job opportunity. Once the opportunity has run its course, my grandparents became self-employed with one of our stores, named after me, Jean's Supermarket, down in Brooklyn, Baltimore. In that store, I remember a lot of my childhood, and much of it was involving my grandma taking care of my brother and me. We would play video games at the front, ride down the aisles and carts, slow hours of course, and play in the back as if it was a playground. Now being self-employed involves a lot of manual labor and dedication to keeping an orderly business running constantly on yourself and your significant other. But even during her busiest hours, my grandmother made time for my brother and me who were raised at the store, keeping us in order when we couldn't get along or showing us her old pictures when she used to live in Korea. Everyone in my family was working, but my grandmother was working and raising at the same time. As I got older, I realized the extent of how tough my grandmother could be. In middle school, I used to ride the bus every day to school, and for a while my parents would work while my grandma would watch us. Every morning she would walk up the long stairs and get us ready for school. We had high ceilings, so the stairs were just a little longer than some houses. Later she would walk up the hill with my little brother to his elementary bus stop, and later with me to the middle school bus stop, and would walk back. To the average person, this was simply a sweet gesture, and it is what I thought too until my mom saw that instead of resting her arthritic knee, she had been walking up the stairs and hills outside. However, she just brushed it off and said that it was just her duty. So in listening to my story, I hope you see that why it is that I treasure my grandmother as I do. She was pretty influential to me and worth more than the praise that I give her. A person who makes time for you when you need it is a person that definitely deserves your time later in life. And as you can plainly see, that